So my lesson plan is based off a skill theme. I'll be teaching fourth grade. My class size is 24. The unit obviously is skill theme, but I'm doing a manipulative skill for that skill theme. Lesson 3 out of 6, lesson length 40 minutes. The focus of the lesson plan, passing for accuracy with a basketball, chest pass, overhead pass, and bounce pass with a partner slash partners. The resource, I just use shape the national standards. The objectives. Objective 1, execute the 3 types of passes to a partner slash partners while being stationary. That's psychomotor. And the assessments, observation. Learning objective 2, execute the 3 types of passes to a partner slash partners while moving. Psychomotor again, that's observation again for assessment. And the third learning objective, knowing the difference between the 3 types of passes. That'll be cognitive and that'll be checklist for assessment. Academic language, there's 3. Chest pass, a pass in which the ball is quickly pressed from the chest by the hands and arms to another person. Bounce pass, a pass in which the ball is bounced off the ground to another person. Overhead pass, a pass in which the ball is thrown by both hands over a person's head to another person. For the standards, I only have 2 standards for this lesson plan. So it hits standard 1, the physically literate individual demonstrates competency in a variety of motor skills and movement patterns. And then for that, just students demonstrating all 3 types of passes while being stationary and moving. Standard 2, the physically literate individual applies knowledge of concepts, principles, strategies, and tactics related to movement and performance. Again, students demonstrating all 3 types of passes in the 3-man passing triangle and the performance segments, which I'll talk about a little later. Safety concerns and precautions, there isn't really, but just spacing out the students so there is enough space to pass the ball to each other without interfering with other students. Materials and equipment, I just need 12 basketballs. This unit for the lesson plan is pretty easy. Organization, pre-teaching management, I don't really need to do anything before class starts. So for the instant activity slash introduction, 10 minutes. I want to do a 5-minute jog around the gym just to get the students warmed up, get the blood pumping. And then after that, 5 minutes to explain what I have planned for class. I will ask the students if they know the 3 most common passes in basketball, talking about all 3 types of passes, chest, bounce, and overhead, and demonstrating this with another student as an example for the class of what I'm looking for. The transition for that, I will blow my whistle after the students jog around the gym for 5 minutes. After this, I will direct the students to the middle of the gym so I can explain the lesson for that day, obviously like in the logo. For the instructional part, so I broke it up into several increments. So I have 3 sections for the 3-minute totals. With a partner, I want students to demonstrate a chest pass to each other while being stationary. Students should be 7 feet apart while passing the ball. I'm not going to repeat it, but it's just chest, bounce, and overheads. All 3 are the same text, but I just changed the kind of pass. Transition, no changes. So after I tell the students today's lesson, students will pair up with another student of their choosing. One student from the pair will grab a basketball from the rack, and the other student will find a space on the gym spaced out from other students to perform today's passing concepts. I will go around to each group to make sure they are all 7 feet distance from their partner and at safe distance from the next closest pair. After each 3-minute drill is over, I will blow up my whistle and tell the students to go to the next type of pass, bounce, or overhead, obviously, because it's just going to be going over and over. And that goes into the 4 minutes. So it's another 3 4-minute segments again. Students will get into groups of 4. There should be 6 total groups. Students now will chest pass the ball while moving. After a student chest passes the ball to another student, they will jog to the other student's line and keep on going in a cycle until time runs out. The transition, after the 3-minute sessions are over, I will again blow my whistle and tell students to combine their pair with the closest pair next to their group to make it easiest. That now they'll be performing the same type of passes as before, but now while moving. Also explain what to do after you pass the ball, go to the opposite back of the line. After each 4-minute drill is over, I will blow my whistle and tell the students to go to the next type, kind of like above, bounce, or overhead. And I will tell groups to have one student from the group put one of the 2 basketballs away on the rack because obviously they're combining groups, so they don't need 2 basketballs. I also forgot, so this is kind of the example I have. So for the 3 minute total, obviously with the partners, it's pretty basic, just back and forth. For the 4 minute, obviously they're going to combine with the groups next to each other, pretty basic. So for example, this person right here is it just bounce the ball, jog back to the other line here, just keep on passing, and just keep on going in a rotation. Um, and then finally for the final, I guess, segment, performance segment, the 6 minute total, students will demonstrate their learning slash experiences of today's class. And to the final activity of today's class, this is the three-man triangle passing drill. The students will utilize each pass, chest bounce, and overhead for 2 minutes each, as this activity is passing while moving drill. Students will align themselves in a triangular shape 7 feet apart to perform this. Each group will have 6 students, making 4 groups total. For the transition for this period, I will blow my whistle at the end of the 4 minute session. After this, I will direct students to a new group, because obviously it's adding an extra 2 people, but if they're already in a group of 4, I'm going to have to help direct. Each group will have 6 students, equaling 4 total groups. After this, it is the same setup as the previous 4 minute session, but now there is an extra pair to create a triangle. I will blow my whistle after each 2 minute increment and tell the students to go to the next type of pass, bounce, or overhead. I will have a basketball ready to give to the group that's missing one. So I'll be sitting by the rack and just giving the students the ball right away, because obviously they're not going to have I've told them to put the ball away for the 4 minute segment, but for the 6 minute segment, they're getting another ball. So again, it's pretty basic. They'll go into a triangle. I'll help them direct this, but put them in a triangle. Student up top, pass it down here. That student jogs this line. This student passes to the bottom of the triangle, jogs back to that line, and then at the bottom of the triangle, you're gonna pass back up to where the ball's starting. You jog to that part of the line, and then you're just gonna keep on going that rotation. 2 minutes each for each type of pass. The closing summary, 3 minutes. So I'm just asking them a few questions, just well, the transition, I should go these words. I will blow my whistle at the end of the 6 minute session and direct the students to the middle of the gym to answer some questions about today's class. So when that happens, these are some of the questions. What are the 3 types of passes we worked on today? What are the differences between all 3 passes? Which pass was the hardest for you? Which pass was the easiest for you? Just getting them to talk about the language and seeing how class went. Homework, I will not assign any homework for the specific day. Cues for a bounce pass. Thumbs pointed up on the ball. Extend elbows toward the ground to pass. Chest pass. Bring the ball to your chest. Thumbs pressed against your chest. Elbows locked against your chest. Extend elbows forward to pass. Overhead pass. Bring the ball over your head. Shoulders should be 90 degrees. Extend elbow slash arm forward to pass. That's my lesson plan for the skills theme. Thank you.